video, and if you're new here, you're still welcome. I'm not sure how this is coming up to you, but in the camera I look mad red. I don't really know why, so hopefully in the film it's not that red, but if it is, sorry. Anyway, I want to show you real quick my little monstera. Look at her, she's growing so pretty. Little baby. Anyway, so I was trying to get her in the frame, but she's too small right now. Anyway, so I'm in my new apartment in Portland, Oregon. If you don't know what I'm talking about or you haven't seen those videos, definitely check out the Moving to Portland playlist, which has all the videos on that so far. And also the Oregon Adventures playlist, which has like all the stuff I've been doing in Oregon so far and things I've done before. So check those out if you want to. Anyway, I know you didn't come here for that. What you came here for is this rant. Let me get a little closer. So, if you are an LPN, I think you will know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you're not, then you can stay tuned for a little rant slash story time slash my feelings. I don't even know what this is called, but whatever. You will see by the title what it is. And if you are a nurse or in a medical profession, you know, feel free to share this with your friends or whatever like that. Okay, so we're gonna just basically hop right into the video and I'm gonna explain to you why I'm upset. Basically, I am an LPN. I made a couple videos about that, not a lot, but you can probably check those out if you want to. But what an LPN basically is a licensed practical nurse. So it is a nurse with a license to practice nursing. They can work in hospitals, they can work in nursing homes, which are also called like long-term care facilities. They work in home care. They do like a bunch of nursing jobs, what like all other nurses do, like RNs and everything like that. It's just that they have limitations to what they can do because they are not a registered nurse. So there are some like minor things that they're not allowed to do, and it basically depends on your state, and it also depends on your job. So I'm coming here to rant about being an LPN, and it's not about me being an LPN, it's about others' perception of the LPN. And I'm like, it's about time I make this video. But before I get into that specific rant, I explain what the LPN is, and I'm also going to explain reasons why people become LPNs. So basically, when, you know, people decide they want to be a nurse, they can either be an RN or they can be an LPN. And most people are like, well, you should just go for your RN. And honestly, for the most part, if you're going to college, then why not? I mean, when you're RN, you're not limited in anything. You could do anything in the nursing field. You could pretty much get any job or work your way up to any job. So it's a beautiful profession. And in this whole video, I want to make it clear, I'm no way degrading any medical profession. Nursing, CNA, LPN, doctors, physicians, everybody in the medical field has, you know, their place, and we all work as a team, or we're supposed to work as a team. And everybody is important, everybody's special. Nobody is more needed than somebody else. That's literally my just personal opinion, working as a nurse for the past 3 years. So I'm in no way saying that any position is better or worse than any others, or that all people in this position are this way. I'm just doing my personal ranting, okay? And also, this is not toward any facility or job or people. This is just my experience with everywhere that I've worked so far, and just my experience with people I've met, family, everybody. It's not just like specifically one person or specifically one job. So if you used to work at a job I used to work at, or you work at the current job that I'm at, then first of all, how'd you find my page? And second of all, this is not for you, so don't get all crusty in the comments, okay? Thank you. Anyway, so people become LPNs for some reasons. I'm gonna list them. My personal reason, number one, sometimes it's a circumstance that just falls in your lap. In my case, I became an LPN in high school. Basically, I went to a high school where they were offering many medical professions that usually you take in college. They were offering like CNA, medical assisting LPN, eye technician, and things like that. And so I went for the LPN. I started when I was 16, and they offered the program for the 11th and 12th grade. So LPN is originally a 10-month course if you do it in college, but I did mine in 2 years because I did it along with my other high school academics. And when I graduated, I basically got my certificate in nursing, and I took my boards, and I passed my license, and I've been working as a nurse since the age of 18. So in that circumstance, I'm an LPN simply because I didn't go to college. I did that in high school, and it's just the job that I ended up with, and I never went back to do anything else, not at this time or anytime in the future. Anyway, that's how that happened to me. But other circumstances too, financial reasons. Like I said, LPN is a 10-month program and an RN is a 2-year program. We're gonna get into that though, but it's a 2-year program. Obviously you can tell that the pricing is going to be different if you are going for LPN, you're going for RN. And also, a lot of people are saying they're phasing out. This whole phasing out word honestly gets me tight. But they're phasing out the RN associates and they only want bachelors. So if you want your bachelor's in RN, that's a 4-year program. So some people, they cannot afford to do a 4-year program because that is very expensive, depending on the state you live in, depending if you already used your financial aid or not, or if you have a union that's paying or not paying, it can still be very expensive. So some people opt out for the LPN because the LPN is cheaper and it doesn't take as much time. Okay. Third reason, family reasons. Like I said, the RN is a long program. If you are somebody who has kids or has a family you need to take care of and you just want to do something that's going to make you stable and you're going to definitely get a career, and not only a career that's good for right there, wherever you move pretty much you can take any medical profession with you, not just LPN, RN, CNA, doctor, wherever you move, they're going to need medical people. So if you need something that's for the most part quick, but is stable, you can use as a career, and not just like a career like minimum wage career, like a career that can actually, you know, pay your bills and pay for your family's bills and things like that, the LPN is a great alternative. Also, what reason am I on? Number 4? I think I'm on reason number 4. Yeah, sometimes people are LPNs because if they come from a different country and you know America thinks they're so much better than everybody else, so if they are a doctor or an RN in their country and they come here, then America's like, oh, I think you're actually, you're not qualified to be that. You're gonna be an LPN, or you're gonna be a CNA in some cases. And that happens to a lot of people who come from other countries, so they end up in that position. And number 5, maybe people just want to be LPNs, you know? Sometimes people just go to school because they want to be LPNs. Those are some of the reasons why people end up as LPNs. Now, let's get into the rant. This is what y'all all been waiting for. I know this is what y'all been waiting for. So here we go. This rant is not about, like I said, it's not about me being an LPN. It's about how others perceive LPNs. It gets me tight. If you're an LPN, you already know the number 1 question that you get asked is, when are you going back to school? That is something like, if you have not been asked that as an LPN, something is wrong with you. Something's wrong with you. It's either something's wrong with you, like they don't think that you qualified, or you're in school. Because everybody, oh, it's the first question they want to ask is, when you're going back to school? Are you going back to school? Are you in school? Whatever. And I don't try to get too offended by it, because for the most part, it's coming from a good place. When people ask you, you know, are you gonna go back to school for your RN? They usually ask that because they know you're capable of it. And honestly, if you have your LPN, you are 100% capable of getting your RN, because like I said, they're very similar. It's pretty much, you're just going through the courses and passing your boards again. Like, there are, like I said, there's a couple differences in terms of like superiority and stuff like that, and some medications and stuff, but for the most part, if you can pass your LPN, you can 100% pass your RN with flying colors. So I know that it's coming from a good place, especially from an RN, because RNs are in that position, they love that position. Most of the time RNs, and other medical professionals too, but I've found with RNs, they're very passionate about nursing. Like for me, nursing is just a form, it's just my job that makes money. But some people really passionate about nursing, and that's a good thing, you know? You should be happy with what you do in life and stuff like that. But they find, that's like their life, you know? Like, I am a nurse, that's how they define themselves, you know? And me personally, I don't really define myself. Like, I'm a nurse, I am an LPN, but that's not like, that's not my life. Like, that's not how I define myself. But some people, that's how they define themselves. So they're really passionate about it and they want to share it with others. They want others, you know, they want to teach others and stuff like that. So it comes from a good place. It does. It does. It just sometimes can be a little bit offensive because, you know, you worked your way for your LPN. You know, you did your schooling, you took your boards, you were all happy and everything like that. And it's almost like people don't really appreciate what you are. It's like, when are you going to be more? You know what I mean? Like, they don't even acknowledge, like, wow, you went through school and, you know, you did something. You have a license to practice the science of nursing, just like how the RN has the degree to practice the science of nursing. Like, you know, nobody really, like, acknowledges that, which is kind of like, I'm not going to work to be acknowledged by others because I already know, baby. I already know. But you know what I mean, like, it's just annoying. And then like also too, like, okay, so you get that question a lot from RNs, but honestly, what gets me tight, and like I said, I'm not disrespecting anybody in the medical field, so don't come after me, but what gets me tight, honestly, is even more so when somebody who's in a position that's like where I supervise them or they're beneath me, but I don't really think anybody's beneath me. We all just work on a team, we have different roles, but you know what I mean, where it's like you are in a position where you can supervise them. It gets me tight when they ask me, because I'm like, yo, like, go back to school for your RN if you want to be an RN. Like, you can do it. College has no age limits. Like, you can do it. I know you can do it. Like, you can do it. I know you can do it, you know, do it. Like, you're just like, when are you going for your RN? It's like, what? When are you going for your RN? You know what I mean? Like, when? Go. Let me just put this, let me put it into perspective so y'all can understand this, right? What pisses me off. Sometimes these people do not respect you, right? They say, oh, you're not an RN, like you're not a real nurse, whatever. That's fine. Honestly, I don't come to work so you can respect me. I don't. I come to work to get coins so I can go on vacation, okay? Anyway, but they don't respect you, right? So then you have the PCT comes up to you and they're like, when are you gonna become an RN? You answer them, whatever. Okay. Then the phlebotomist comes up to you, when are you gonna become an RN? Okay, answer the question, whatever. Then the respiratory therapist comes up to you and they're like, when are you gonna become an RN? You answer them, whatever, okay. Then the EKG tech comes up to you and it's like, when are you gonna be RN? You answer them, whatever, da da da. And none of these people respect you. But guess what? All four of them, I can do all of their job. All of their jobs I can do as the LPN. Yet they do not respect me. That is like, what? What? Like, what? Like that like gets me tight, like all the time. And you know, even like I hear people all the time, they say like, oh, you know,
my hospital, we don't even take LPNs.
Or you know what?
In my state, we're phasing out LPNs.
That's everybody's favorite word. We're phasing out LPNs. LPNs is trash. Like we don't even do that here. Or it's like,
yo, LPN? What is that? Like, what is that? Like, nah, I don't know what that is.
Or LPN, they belong in a nursing home. Like, what? Are you even capable of doing this job? Like, you belong in a nursing home.
And it's like, but I'm here working with you, right? I'm here working alongside you. I got the job, right? So what does that mean? The last thing I want to talk about is just like, if you are going to school to be something, or you're not in school, you have a dream to be something, and you want to make it to the highest level, or you want to be higher, or even if you don't want to make it to the highest level, you want to get to this point, you have to go to school and work for whatever. Do you honestly? Kudos to you. I'm telling you, you can do it. This is me. This is a sign for me that you can do it. I'm cheering you on. Like, you're gonna get it. You're gonna do it, you know, like as you should. Honestly, I have a friend at my old job who was a fellow LPN. She got her RN, and like, I'm the happiest person in the world because she got her RN, and she is the happiest person in the world, and we're just both happy because she feels like that's what she needed in her life to get her to her next step. And so I'm like, as you should. Like, that is what you can do it. Like, you can do anything you want to do as you should, girl. Like, kudos to you. Back to my points. If you're trying to push someone to be something, right? I'm just gonna use my example as an LPN, right? I have my LPN. So say somebody pushes me and they're like, you need to go back to school and get your RN. So I go back to school and I get my associates in RN. That's beautiful. Then somebody comes, yo, your associates, you know you need a bachelor's to work in this place, right? Okay, so I go with my bachelor's. Then somebody comes up like, yo, your master's? Like, you already know, the master's is mad easy. Just go back for your master's. Okay, I get my master's, right? Then the next person comes up to you like, yo, how long have you been a nurse? How long are you gonna be a nurse? Like, you know the nurse practitioner is right around the corner, right? Go back for your nurse practitioner. So then I go back to school for my nurse practitioner. Then they're like, you don't even have your doctorate in nurse practitioner? You don't even have your doctorate? Like, go get your doctorate. Like, what are you sitting here without your doctorate for? And then it's like, it just continues. It never ends, you see? Once you get something, it's like, you just, like, people just will always push you to keep going and going and going and going. So unless you want something for yourself, like, it doesn't make sense to do something to appease others, you know? Like, if you want your life to be all about your career, as you should, that's on you. But please, Don't push other people to do something they don't want to do. They have personal reasons or circumstances, or maybe they just don't want to do that. If they're living like insufficiently, living their life, paying their bills, not asking people for money, you know, doing their thing, why are you bothering them? Like, just let them be. And it's not like you can't want more for somebody. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody's always complaining to you like, yo, I hate my job, I need a new job, I want to do this, I want to do that, then you'd be like, yo, you should do this, you should do that, whatever. In that case, okay. But if somebody's really out here chilling, like no problems, like they say they love where they're at, they love their place, they love their life, why are you pushing them? Like, it's just like annoys me. It's like, why are you pushing them? They're living their best life, and you're over here stressing about them, and they're living their best life, you know? When it comes to giving advice to other people, you know, always just don't be disrespectful. It's not wrong to want something for others, and even to bring it up to them, like, you know, why don't you try this? Ask them, you know, see what their opinion is. Because people have asked me before, and I don't always find it disrespectful. You know, if you're just genuinely curious, like, why, you know, why are you not this? Or do you want to do this? Whatever, and they explain it to you, then that's the part where you need to respect it. You know? Respect it. That part right there. I'm giving you the answer. That's the part. That's the part. Anyway, that's the end of my rant. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. If you're an LPN, leave the comments below. I already know y'all experienced this. If you are an LPN, definitely share this with your LPN friends. Definitely share this with anybody. Honestly, share this with everybody. If you're in the medical profession, like I said, this is in no way degrading any medical professional, because everybody is useful and needed in their positions, and medical staff is brave, beautiful, courageous, and wonderful. And I just want to make that clear. Let's just all be respectful toward each other and our positions, and this was just me ranting. Oh, also I want to say this. If I do become an RN in the future, just because I decide like that's what I want to do and I feel like it, this is not a video saying like, yo, I'm never gonna become an RN. That's not what this video is for. This is me ranting about how people look upon the LPN position as if it's nothing. That is what this video is, okay? So, I have no plans to go back to school, but just in case one day I'm like, yo, I'm an RN, don't be like, oh, but you said, no, I didn't. I didn't though. Okay, anyway, like I said, thank you so much for watching this video, and I appreciate you guys for watching. Share this with your friends and family and everybody if you want to, and my nomination, I will see you all in the next video. Bye.